As per normal, we start right on time. It's 3:35. Is it working? Everybody hear me? Okay. Well, today will be an action-packed meeting. I would hope that it'll take about as long as Representative Seibert sit down will be adjourned. No, that's all right. We'll have bill introductions in just a moment, but want to do the kind of a semi-formality of welcoming everybody back. And we have a few new faces. Looks like everybody, y'all must have lost weight because I thought we filled the whole thing up, but everybody's, either COVID's over, everybody loves everybody. So it's a good, tell the governor this is the bipartisan committee. So this is true rural Kansas. All right. So we're going to start with committee introductions. And we will start with Representative Fairchild. We'll go around the room, and then we'll have our staff and support folks as well. So Representative Fairchild.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm Representative Brett Fairchild from St. John, Kansas, represent the 113th district. I have 5 counties in my district, and this is my second term, 4th year in the legislature.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Michael Murphy, 114th, Sylvia, Kansas, and we are eastern half of Pratt, all of Kingman, and most of Reno County.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Dave Younger, 124th District, Southwest Kansas, my second year. Thank you.
Tobias Schlingensieben, District 55, here in central Topeka, just west of the Capitol building.
Linda Featherston, the 16th District, which is Overland Park surrounding Johnson County Community College. This is my 4th year here and in the committee.
Reese Shue, House District 25, Northeast Johnson County.
Jason Probst, House District 102, Hutchinson.
Sydney Carlin, District 66, Manhattan East Side. I serve on the Ag Budget Committee and the Ag Committee, and so I'm working with all of you. Bye.
Vice Chair Mosier is excused today. She will be back with us tomorrow. Next.
Representative Jim Minix from Scott County. I farm 19 miles southwest of Scott City. I am agriculture. We run a background operation, a cow herd, grow wheat, corn, sorghum, triticale. I've been on this committee for 3 years, and I look forward to the rest of this session.
Doug Blix from Independence. I have 5 counties. I was on this committee for 4 years, got off for a couple and back on. This will be my 8th year, and I'm truly agriculture. I dealt with frozen cattle waters and tractors that didn't want to start this last weekend.
I'm Joe Seibert from the 101st, which is the same number forward as is backwards, so it's easy to remember. Represent Reno and Sedgwick County, west side of Wichita, and all the way to Yoder.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm Fred Gardner from Garnett. I'm in the 9th District, which is Allen County, Anderson County, a little bit of Miami, a little bit of Lynn. And I'm a veterinarian by trade, and my district's all rural, so we're agriculture.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm Gary White, 115th District, a little bit of Dodge City, and then about 5 counties surrounding there.
Webb Roth, District 79, Northern Cali, Northern Sumner counties.
Representative Jacobs, so WebEx.
Yes, Representative Jacobs, 4th District, Lynn County, Bourbon County. Been on ag for 8 years.
Okay, thank you. Heather, you want to start?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm Heather O'Hara with Legislative Research, and this is my 18th session.
My name is Walter Schmidt, also KLRD. This is my first session.
Dana Rooney, Office Assistant and Committee Assistant, and this is my 11th session.
My name is Carly Humes. I'm from the Reviser of Statutes Office, and this is my 3rd session.
My name is Kyle Hamilton. I'm with the Revisor's Office. In addition to helping out with this committee, I assist with House Water, House Fed and State, and the Commerce Committees.
Important one to make sure we're on the air.
My name is Carter Montgomery, and I'm on the AV Tech team, and this is my first session.
All right, welcome all. Thank you. And if y'all realized, I do this for a living, and I still didn't turn the mic on twice. Okay, let's go to bill introductions. And yes, who didn't we get? Yes, go ahead. Mr. Hamilton.
Kyle Hamilton with the Revisor's Office again. Before we start with the bill requests, I just wanted to sort of announce just a slight tweak to how we're handling the request information. So for I think a couple sessions now, the House has had a rule in place, House Rule 1304, and that talks about what you have to say when you're requesting a bill in committee. And just to go over that really fast, the person making the request shall state for the minutes of the committee such person's name, a short description of the bill, the RS number, and the name of the individual or organization on behalf of which the bill is being requested, if any. And so the last few years, what we do is when a bill is assigned a number and it has its own dedicated web page on the legislature's website, we will actually have a box that says who the bill was requested by. So the bill itself will say it was sponsored by the Agriculture Committee, but then on the web page it says it was actually requested by, whoever from whichever lobbyist group or from a representative. And so all of that is staying the same. The only difference this year in the House is that in addition to the requester information that's going on the website, it's actually going to go on the bill itself as well. So you'll have House Bill, 1234, sponsored by House Committee on Agriculture and Natural Resources, and then immediately underneath that, it'll say requested by, person on behalf of organization. So that will be on the bill that is printed going forward. So, every now and then I might pester whoever's making the request to maybe enunciate or clarify who they are, the name of their organization formally, because it's going on the bill. So the onus is on me to try and get that as accurate as possible. Thank you.
I thought the chairs were the ones who could determine who got credit for it, if it's a bad bill or, I'm just kidding. I know, no, I'm just kidding. Responsibility, there it is. That's a good word. Okay, bill introductions first. Let's go to Speaker Pro Tem Carpenter. Welcome to committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon, committee. The bill number is 24 RS 2356. I would like to thank Revisor Humes for her patience and helping me not only draft this bill, but probably like 5 to 10 others. So thank you, Revisor Humes. What this bill does, I'm introducing it on behalf of a constituent, Michael Sandin. And this bill basically offers a 50% discount to senior citizens who are using state parks. The discount would not apply on weekends, so it would not apply Friday night or Saturday night or on holidays, but it would apply on weekdays to those individuals. So I've worked with a constituent in order to draft this bill.
Any other questions? Seeing none. Thank you. Bill introduced.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Leo Henning, Department of Health and Environment.
Good afternoon, Chairman Rogers and committee members. My name is Leo Henning. I'm the Deputy Secretary, Director of Environment at the Kansas Department of Health and Environment. And I have a bill introduction. The reviser's number is 24 RS 2434. And the bill will allow KDHE to retain the fees that it collects in its operator certification and training program. And that's one part of the bill. And then the second part of the bill establishes maximum fee for our underground injection control program. For those that were around last year, you may remember this bill. It was House Bill 2159. It passed out of this committee favorably. It made it to the floor but wasn't debated, so it died there. So we are reintroducing it a little earlier in the session so that hopefully we can get it to the floor and get it turned around before turnaround date. So,
any questions? Seeing none, thank you. Bill is introduced. Yeah, this was just last year, and it was fairly non-controversial, fairly quick. So we will be having a hearing on this very quickly, an update, and then hope to be working this bill within the next few days. So keep that in mind. I'll almost give you a promotion. The Department of Agriculture, Kelsey Olson, welcome to committee.
Good afternoon, Chairman and members of the committee. My name is Kelsey Olson. I serve as the Deputy Secretary for the Kansas Department of Agriculture. I have two bills that I would like to introduce today into committee. The first is 24 RS 2218. This is in regard to the Pet Animal Act. The agency is seeking updates to the statutes related to the Pet Animal Act regarding record retention, the addition of a board position on the Small Animal Advisory Board, amongst some other updates and revisions to the overall Pet Animal Act statutes. The second bill I'd like to introduce is 24 RS 2537. This act relates to the brand fees that are set in statute, of which the Animal Health Commissioner can charge related to the inspection of brands and the brand applications, creating an application fee for those submissions as well.
Any questions on those bills? Representative Carlin?
Thank you. Could you restate the number? I missed the last few.
The second one was 2537.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you. Seeing no other questions, bill's introduced. Are there others that I missed for bill introductions today? Representative Blex.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'd like to introduce 24 RS 2258 on behalf of Kansas for Conservation. This bill would identify priority funding needs for areas of conservation, and funding primarily would go to 50% Kansas Department of Division of Conservation and KDA, Wildlife Conservation Fund and Wildlife, and Kansas Outdoor in the Wildlife and Parks Division.
Any questions? Seeing none, the bill is introduced. We will be having a hearing on this next Monday, and we'll talk more about that in just a moment. Other introductions for bills today? Seeing none, you'll have your opportunity tomorrow. Just some quick things for the good of the committee, we hope. Our goal is, like the House, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays will be the heavy lifts. Mondays, typically we won't try to do much. We know folks are traveling in. Now, next Monday is an exception because we have a group of folks. It's Wealth Day, I believe, right? Next Monday. And so that's why we're having the hearing on this conservation bill then. We'll try to accommodate as groups come in to do things like that. So, but typically Monday, we'll try not to meet until if we drag our feet there towards the end, we may have to again like last time. My goal is to not keep you late. I think we did one time last year. We were about 5:30. Other than that, we'll try to have you out by 5 on a daily basis. I will do my best to get started at 3:30. I have such a long track through this building to get here. For those of you online and overseas, it's across the hallway, which takes about 2 minutes or less. So we have a fairly robust agenda, all things considered. We do have some things we didn't get to last year. We have new bills committed to this committee, and we'll have more that probably will be. Some may be a little controversial. Some will be informational. We'll continue some of those conversations that we did last year, probably on soil, on food systems, and so on, along with things like tomorrow, which will be the commodity groups. So I hope that we're off the floor. I guess we don't have anything above the line, so we should be able to be here. I sure hope you can be here. I think you'll find pretty good stories tomorrow from our commodities and the commissions and the investments they have made of those dollars that those farmers invest back in, and as we look forward. So, and bring your questions. There'll be a lot of things to talk about, but again, this is your opportunity to hear directly from farmers. Nothing wrong with those that sit in the back of the back of the room and tell us, what their organizations think, but actually, that's not a slight against those in the back of the room, but to actually hear from farmers, the challenges that many of us experienced last year and the miracle of moisture that happened when we gavelled out. So we're encouraging the speaker to get out earlier so the rains can come before May Day. Dana is our new assistant, and we have not moved, so feel free to reach out if you have questions or concerns. We are planning on doing everything pretty much electronic. So tomorrow, if you want to bring your computers, most of those reports will be there. If you are requesting things to be printed out, you may do it on your own, probably. If you do want to print out agenda, and days that we do have a lot of conferees, we'll probably do that, but those will also be available online as they have in the past. That's really what I have today. Any other announcements for the good of the cause? We do not have a full agenda yet of what the whole year will bring, or at least till turnaround. But as starting kind of tomorrow, we'll try to do a lot and try to, after we have hearings a couple days later, work those bills rather than maybe wait 2 or 3 weeks and we kind of forget, because I think we'll have a lot of things going on, and we'd like to go ahead and move them so that we're not, like last year, we had so many bills that got stacked up on the floor. Some of our ag bills didn't get a chance to get a full vetting of the body of the whole and then move to the other side. So with that, I see nothing else. We'll be back tomorrow at 3:30 with our commodity reports. We are adjourned.